We just playing some music. Live here. Just playing some music and doing some work, guys. So we're gonna be just fixing the brakes on this truck. Oh shit, boy. Yeah, guys, we're gonna be just doing some brakes here. So just another day again on the hustle, guys. So if you're new to my channel, thank you for subscribing. It's a clean one.
It looks nice.
Why I have chuck in? I'm on call one of they say man see for 14 freight with 306.
Oh, the Mexican guys, is the same
Yeah,
model?
the same model.
Yeah.
But this is 14, the Mexican one is 16, same.
Looks nice, man. Look at the body. How you paint those Carlitos? Did you tape them up?
Nah. I'll get skilled for that boy.
I paint man just like that and let it run. And he's off the paint.
I paint black first. Like they careful do. And I put put a bed over it.
Name
I
something
put
that
a
might be
shirt over it.
full of hot air. A balloon.
Looks good. That's some nice.
Carry. Name something that might be full of hot air.
I like how they jump function. Maybe there's some fucking oxygeners. You like supposed to be jumping? He's on meds, you know.
Right. One
You take the
strike.
meds.
Name something that might be full
Along
of
with the meds.
hot
You're
air.
not taking the meds.
A man. Antoine. Name something that might be full of hot air. A sauna. Steam room. A sauna or steam room.
You guys been out tonight?
Yeah.
Man, we needed that. See,
What do you kind of code the man get?
Yeah, he did a good job.
Your family went to the game and you got to hit a brand new clothes.
You want to come and show us? What are you doing?
All right, now, this is, I got one answer.
You know what?
You give me that one answer.
You looking for the right shit?
Your family gonna drive out of here in a brand new car. But if it's not there, other family can steal and they will win the game. Name something that might be full. This is for the win. Okay.
All this shit you play there.
Yeah.
It's a power It's unboiled core values.
FS is always sunny.
You're not supposed to be drinking it now.
Hi guys, don't be shy. We're doing some brake clean and high brake change today. F-150 truck.
Not the one being interviewed, Superman. Rachel Brosnahan plays reporter and love interest Lois Lane. And Nicholas Hoult is billionaire CEO Lex Luthor. Consumed by his hatred of metahumans, his misinformation and lies have turned the world against Big Blue.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Isn't it? Somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation. It will not. Accept that.
There's an obvious political undertone to the story, tempered by action, wit, and fun, with a cast that includes Edmonton's own Nathan Fillion as leader of the Justice Gang, and Crypto, Superman's dog.
Home. Give me home.
Crypto is a scene stealer, and Corn Sweat is a perfect fit as the last son of Krypton in this jam-packed blockbuster. 4 out of 5. Henry Golding plays Nicholas, a grieving boyfriend in Daniela Forever. After the death of his girlfriend, played by Beatrice Grano, he takes part in a clinical trial for a drug that treats depression through lucid dreaming. But instead of moving on, he uses the drug to seek out Daniela in his dreams.
This was supposed to help you overcome emotional dependency, possibly, and used it to make it grow even more.
It's a sci-fi exploration of grief and the mercurial nature of memories, with an unusual romance set against a surrealistic palette of striking visuals. 3 totals of popcorn out of 5. And that's a minute at the movies. For Global News, I'm Todd James.
I'm Jeff MacArthur from The Morning Show with your entertainment headlines. Justin Bieber made a surprise return overnight, dropping a brand new album called Swag. The 21-track release was announced just hours before the midnight drop, and it's his first album since Justice back in 2021. His wife Haley celebrated the release in a now deleted Instagram story, posting a photo of the album billboard with the caption, "Is it finally clocking you, bleeping losers?" A nod to the viral clip of Justin confronting paparazzi that has since become a meme. The couple's relationship, of course, has been under intense scrutiny in recent months with rumors of divorce. But Haley and their 11-month-old son are featured throughout the album's visuals, a clear sign of family partnership. Meantime, the Jonas Brothers are scaling back their upcoming tour, canceling 6 stadium shows. The Jonas 20 Living the Dream Tour will now move into smaller arenas and amphitheaters. According to Variety, the group's struggling to refill some of the same venues they played just 2 years ago, including Dodger Stadium. And all of this comes just one day after Kevin opened up on a recent podcast, revealing his financial struggles after the brothers' initial split in 2013. He said, quote, "I've seen the beginning of the success to financial success, not knowing what money really was and understanding it, to not having it and losing almost all of it." And it's been Superman Week on TMS, and Morgan Hoffman caught up with director James Gunn to tell us about his unique take on the Man of Steel.
I really wanted people to know that there were stakes in this movie, that Superman, could be beaten. It's not easy to beat him. He's the most powerful metahuman in the world, but that he could possibly be taken down. So we see him in a place that's unusual. And you're always looking for a way to open your movie that grabs people, that gets attention. And so I think between him being beaten, the blood coming out of his mouth, and the Crypto appearing, we can't handle it.
Superman is in theaters starting today. And for more entertainment headlines, watch The Morning Show, first in the morning with entertainment.
Researchers at a conservation center in China have released new video of a pair of panda cubs born just under a year ago. The 2 cubs are quickly becoming favorites at the China Conservation and Research Center for the China panda in Sichuan province. The female, Yang, was caught dozing in the sunlight, while the male, Jin Qiao, was spotted exploring frogs in their habitat. The pair were born at the center in August and September of last year.
You are watching Global News. Coming up next, your top stories. Stay with us.
It's the place to be in the morning. Watch The Morning Show with Carolyn McKenzie and Jeff MacArthur, weekdays on Global.
When I'm going to different ways.
This is Global News. Hello and thank you for watching Global News on this Friday, July 11th. I'm Joel Semple.
And I'm breaking on. Here are the top stories for you.
Trump's tariff threats. Prime Minister Mark Carney will meet with his cabinet and Canada's premiers as U.S. President Donald Trump plans for additional levies on Canadian goods. Search and recovery efforts continue after last week's flooding in Texas as the president was in the state to a surprising surge in Canada sees an unexpected increase in June, marking the first increase in months. An economic boulder was dropped on Canada Thursday night when U.S. President Donald Trump formally issued one of his now infamous tariff letters to Prime Minister Mark Carney, where the president argued everything from the border to supply management remains a problem. The tariff threat increases rates from 25 to 35% and now complicates what were active trade deal talks. And as Reggie Cicchini explains, are expected to continue
I would say just keep working, it's all going to work out. A flash of optimism from the very man who threw Canada into an economic alliance, with the U.S. formally threatening to install a 35% tariff on non-USMCA compliant goods come August 1st. It's a sucker punch to the July 21st deadline agreed upon at the G7 summit.
We're not getting to a new plateau of trade relationships by aggressive look at
Why do you want to shop the states anymore?
how to engage in this trade relationship.
Prime Minister Mark Carney says his government has steadfastly defended workers and businesses and will continue to do so. He'll meet with his cabinet and the premiers in the coming days, but it's not clear what leverage Carney holds.
So you've got to think about engaging and bringing in don't surrender Canadian interests in the well-found
I have a tariff concept. Mark has a different concept.
Trump says his plan levels an unbalanced trading field, calling trade deficits and non-monetary tariffs national security risks, which is a direct dig at Canada's dairy import controls.
We view it as an opportunity to reset global trade in a way that's fair for Americans.
In his letter, Trump said that if Canadian manufacturing moves stateside, the issue disappears, adding that rates could be lowered on better border protection, despite hundreds of millions spent giving into demands. And analysts don't believe free trade pacts offer any protection.
Persons pursue interests. They don't have friends. In the pursuit of interest in the competitive and allies.
We need to make sure that we're in action mode, we're in solution mode with other countries, because we're not alone.
Nothing is done until it's done, and while deal terms don't seem negotiable, deadlines do. What Trump claimed August 1st is firm, but not firm. Reggie Cicchini, Global News, Washington.
Well, a pleasant surprise when it comes to job numbers in this country. Canada's unemployment dropping to 6.9%. This is the predicting the rate would pick up. News reporter Ann Gamiola has been breaking down the numbers now. And so certainly some good news on Friday. What are the sectors that saw the most growth? Yeah, Tracy, so we saw what was happening in June was the creation of 83,000 new jobs, the largest increase in employment since December. And most of the gain was in services. It added 73,000 jobs. This bit, though, is surprising to a lot of analysts and economists. Manufacturing added 10,500 jobs. Retail also added nearly 40,000. So what we're seeing is a picture that is different and a departure from the trends we've seen in recent months, where sectors exposed to trade have gotten hammered. And it seems like some analysts expect some of it, right? Many economists expect a flat line in the labor market. Some even thought unemployment might rise, but the opposite happened. Why do you think that is? Yeah, it was a big surprise all around. Now, I can't tell you definitively why, but here are the top two theories, courtesy of Derek Holt, who is the VP of Scotiabank Economics. So theory one goes, there's a rush to produce before tariffs really bite. And the second theory suggests that the Canadian economy is healthier than we gave it credit for, and that's thanks in large part to Canadians choosing to spend their money at home, as in buying from Canadian companies and traveling domestically rather than heading to the U.S. All of this adds up, and that keeps jobs here. It's the Buy Canadian trend, if you will, reflected in our jobs market, and it may well be a combination of these factors too. And what could this unexpected news mean for the next interest rate decision from the Federal Bank? That is the big question. So the consensus is that the Bank of Canada is going to hold again at the end of the month. According to John Platform, Indeed's senior economist, even though we got a sign today that our labor market is softening and not spiraling, there's so much up in the air though, and that is because of trade uncertainty created by U.S. President Donald Trump. I want you to have a listen to what Indeed's senior economist says.
We're still waiting to see if another shoe drops.
Hey, Fred,
The ultimate direction for the trade situation, and the kind of news of it over the past 24 hours has just put this in more.
Do you want the son to go there?
Yeah, he's on there. It's fucking live.
It's tough to have
She's a medal.
policy.
All this to say there's a lot to digest, and it's important to put all of this into context, because even though June was a relative spot, if you look at the state of our job market compared to a year ago, it's still up. So inflation can be a big consideration for Canada, and even though we've seen some fluctuations, inflation front is holding pretty steady too. So that's going to dictate what we can expect from the Bank of Canada beyond July. Okay, that is our business reporter and Gabrielle reporting in Toronto. Thanks, Dan. You bet.
Canada's tech sector says there are barriers to attracting and retaining talent. Council of Canadian Innovators President Benjamin Bergeron says the trend of tech workers coming north during Donald Trump's first presidential term doesn't appear to be happening now. He says the cost of living in Canada is one issue when it comes to attracting talent. There are now 84 cases of people in Canada sick with salmonella after eating contaminated salami. The Public Health Agency of Canada says the infections are linked to Rhea brand General Salami, both sweet and hot, and Bonner brand mild General Salami. The update now includes cases in Ontario, Manitoba, Alberta, and British Columbia. The agency says many of the people reported eating salami into their sandwiches or purchased it from deli counters where the recalled products were. With summer camps and travel underway, several provinces are reporting more cases of measles. New Brunswick is reporting a case of measles in Sussex, but provincial officials say they believe there are other measles cases in the region. In British Columbia, the deputy provincial health officer says measles are spreading locally,
I come back because
people
I don't know if I come out from the car.
experts there are preparing
When I
for the
went to see
possibility
my
of those
passport,
pregnant being
I'll
infected
go
with
by
measles.
my passport, I
The
check
data show 48 of those
I will
cases
place.
in
I
Ontario.
will not fall.
The Montreal woman accused of abandoning her 3-year-old daughter in a ditch along the Ontario highway has been denied. The decision was made by
What you go here, come in?
and as an inspector comment, the accused got very
With compassion and empathy in his voice, Quebec Superior Court Judge Bertrand Saint-Arnaud told the 34-year-old mother that she will remain behind bars until further notice. The woman nodded and sobbed as the judge explained his decision and what's to
Are you
come
same car you did
before she left the courtroom in handcuffs. The woman is facing charges of child abandonment and criminal negligence causing bodily harm for allegedly leaving a 3-year-old child in a highway side ditch on
$300.
Her identity cannot be revealed
$300 for
to
this,
her
judge. Tell me just give me $100.
to protect the identity of her daughter.